Welcome to the ultimate Tolkien Tournament. This is Middle-earth Madness. Yes! Welcome back to the Chamber of Death, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing out there?
It's a fine evening for a fell battle.
Yes,
Good.
indeed.
Yeah, the what are we calling it? The Elden 8.
There's going to be blood on the walls here in a minute.
Indeed.
Yeah. Ooh, blood on the walls. Goodness, we're getting there. Okay.
8 characters left in
Yeah.
the Elven 8.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And tonight we will decide. We will punch all 4 tickets, so to speak, to the Fell 4. Tip of the hat to Chucky for that one. Trademark that crap.
All right. So speaking of tournaments, really quickly, just really fast. Who wins the Stanley Cup? Just one word answer, everyone. Who
I
wins the
called.
Stanley Cup?
Oh, Stanley Cup? Oh,
Yeah, who wins?
Dude.
Starts in 3 days. The playoffs do.
I'm just going to say Rangers. I don't know why.
Oh, that would be cool. Okay.
I'm going to say Edmonton
I'll say
Oilers
Avalanche.
just to hack you
assuming
off.
they're in it.
Ew.
Yeah, we're in it.
Honestly, I'm just totally throwing darts.
Yeah. I got the Carolina Hurricanes again.
Oh man, I would love that.
I picked
Actually,
them
I
last
would
year
love that.
too. I'm just gonna keep picking them until they win.
Canes would be great, man.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to Middle Earth. The hockey playoffs are coming up, so I had to throw that in there.
Got to. Yeah. So we will
Also,
decide
fuck
tonight.
the Oilers.
We will decide tonight. Well, hold on. Are the Flames in it? I don't think they made it, right?
Negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did a good job tanking the last couple weeks. I'm very happy.
Yeah, there
We're gonna
we
get
go.
a better
Yeah.
draft pick than. Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah. So we used to live in Calgary. So we also used to live in Denver. So Flames and Avs or nothing really. I mean, if either of those teams win, that's fantastic.
I have some like, I don't know, just traveling bias towards some of the Northeast teams, to be honest with you. The hockey up there is just like something else. I don't know. I went to one Rangers Devils game and fell in love kind of with that like Northeast, like, I don't know. The people are rude, but at a hockey game it works really well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm
And-
sure that's accurate.
That environment's just insane. And so I don't know. I've kind of been a Rangers fan ever since. Don't like the Devils so much.
Well, I definitely have to root for the Avs.
Yeah. Avs are super awesome too. I was just pushing back on that's the only two. I don't know. I have a few other, like, I guess you could call bandwagon teams where didn't live there or anything like that, but just, like the teams. I also, yeah, Alexander Ovechkin kind of sounds like Ancalagon the Black.
Yeah. He's chasing a record though. That could be good. And
Yep.
dude, the Caps might have the coolest logo in hockey.
Possibly.
I just love that negative space Capitol building in their W. It's just a neat logo.
But speaking of the Calgary Flames, both of these look very flamey.
Flamey.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Hot.
So
Hot
tonight
sauce.
we will decide who advances to the Fell
Let's
Four. At long last, we shall see each of our 4 regional winners, starting with the Mordor region that you see here. Fittingly, very fiery figures in the Mordor region. And our first fight of the night is Sauron Gorthaur against Ancalagon the Black. Initial thoughts here, gentlemen.
Blood on the walls. Yeah.
Could this also be
Yeah,
considered
wow.
a fellowship on fellowship evil fight?
Sort
Yeah,
of.
first stage fellowship maybe. Team Team Morgoth,
Team Morgoth.
right? Yeah, so green line. Whoa, this is not the right fight. Oh, it's because we changed the order a little bit. Throwing me off here, guys. Continue to
Fine.
discuss while I debug.
I'm gonna assume their stats are gonna be really close. Obviously, we saw a few fights ago. We were talking about how Sauron's armor
Just because it's a
isn't
1-2,
that
you mean?
great. Yeah, and just because we've been looking at him, for a couple rounds here, my memory could be wrong. But I know that the armor for Sauron isn't that great. Don't remember for Ancalagon off the top of the dome.
Does anybody recall what the main and offhand weapons are for Sauron specifically?
No, he has his
The
mace.
Black Mace of Mordor.
Okay.
And
So
then
for melee, he has
necromancy from
flat
distance.
mace. Yeah.
I remember Ancalagon getting pretty wounded by Luthien's magic.
Yeah, so the armor is a big discrepancy.
I was going to say, has Sauron gotten wounded so far in the tournament?
Hardly.
That's something
Yeah,
we were
hardly.
talking about adding to this as a little box off to the side there that recounts their past battles.
Yeah, like how they got here and kind of what the damage, what the receipts were that they're carrying.
From what I remember, well, we have all the videos, so we can go back and do some homework on that and track the data.
Yeah.
But the armor, I'm sorry, Sauron, from what I remember, hasn't given people enough time. Hasn't given them a chance. He just stomps them so within 6 rounds that it's like, okay, well, maybe they could have done something, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good segue if we want to just visit the bracket briefly. No, we got a fight to get to here, but it's worth taking a look at how they got here right quick. This region, this Mordor region down here, is the chalkiest of the regions, and by that, that just means old March Madness way of saying that the favorites have tended to win. And of course, we have the 1 versus the 2 seed in the Elite 8 because of that. Only big upset here was Faramir slaying Smaug. Well, no, Dane slew Treebeard. Okay, so you had an 11-6 and you had a 4-13, but both of them lost in the very next round. And then our Sweet 16 was Sauron over Elrond, which again, I remember that was not close. Sauron dusted Elrond, and then kind of same with Ancalagon. I think, and we were commenting on this in a different show, I think this Eowyn fight was the closest fight. And again, we'd have to do like Chucky's saying and watch the videos again, but I believe that this was the closest fight that the Black had ever fought. He dusted Galadriel, and then he chawed the bones of Fingon effortlessly. And here we are. Yeah.
All right. I've got Ancalagon. I don't know why. I believe in the very beginning I picked him against Gothmog. Gothmog was slain by fucking Mary. So yeah. True. I'm going with Ancalagon. But I was looking at the Elite, or I am so sorry. The Elden 8. I was looking at it earlier, and I am pretty confident that the winner.
Yeah, I keep doing that.
Wins the entire thing. The winner of this fight is the winner.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
wow.
Completely.
Wow.
Completely possible.
What an interesting thing.
So, the bots predict. Actually, the one thing to catch an eye on here is they're only going to use their preferred weapons about 57% of the time.
Yeah.
And
that is the lowest number I've ever seen.
Yeah, so that favors the more balanced character, because if the battlefields dictate that you have to switch from melee to range and back and forth, then you want to be good at both. But the thing is here, both of them are good at both. We're talking about a 1 seed and a 2 seed. So who does that favor? It says it slightly favors Sauron, but not by much.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Sauron's biggest weakness is armor. but he's not going to be using it 57% of the time because
Yep.
Ancalagon's going to be using range. So, yeah, I figure, I don't know. I feel like Sauron's going to dust him here.
Yeah, and Calagon or dragons generally, their weakness is that they're not elusive. So they on defense, they're not going to be very good at dodging attacks in melee. Okay, so when Sauron strikes with that mace, it's going to hit. Now it'll just be the dice rolls that determine the damage, right? So
This is both of them, Ancalagon and Sauron, right now.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
yes, let us find out who's got the problem, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's go.
In the first fight of the Elven Eight, for the first ticket punched to the Fell Four, we have Sauron Gorthaur against Ancalagon the Black. Let us fight. First attack
Let's go, Ancalagon.
to the Black. With his Jaws of Utumno, he cannot engage. Sauron attacks, hits, does no damage. The dragon comes back, hits, wounds.
Yeah,
A
let's go.
slight smite for the dragon. Not with his blast, but with the Jaws of Utumno. They've both been forced to use their slightly inferior weapon, but with 1s and 2 seeds this powerful, that secondary weapon is still plenty effective. But it'll be interesting to watch. Can Sauron strike a blast back, or a wound perhaps? Let us see. A hit! A wound! Tink!
Ooh.
With necromancy. Another strike by the dragon with fire. Tink! Sauron, another hit! A wound! Heavily huge!
There he goes
Ooh.
with that mace, man.
Sauron has the advantage through 7 rounds. Ancalagon comes back with a wound. Minimal damage. Sauron misses. Ancalagon hits but no damage. Sauron coming back. Misses. Another failure to do any damage with the fire.
For Melkor.
Sauron hits, but the hit does not do any damage. Same Ancalagon. Another hit, another wound for Sauron. Slay! And Gorthaur advances to the Fell Four with pretty minimal effort.
Just 3 good hits.
There you have it. Like
Oh,
we
that
were
was
saying,
a.
Win it
That
all.
was a.
Gotta go, guys.
Was
yeah,
that
it has to be.
Yep.
Oh,
It has to
Good
be.
to hear your voices.
Take care, Engine Chief. Have a good one. Yep. So, with that, the Engine Chief who designed this battle engine has left the building. But we shall carry on.
Was that a Deathstroke?
It was.
Yeah, 100 slain. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a death
Yeah,
stroke.
he just.
So regardless of damage, that
Yeah.
spell would have done the trick. Yep. Good call. Dadgum, dude. Well,
Wow.
Sauron is clearly the favorite. I mean, that ends that debate. I mean, in my mind.
Yep. I guess you have that idiot on the other side, but the other number 1 seed.
Who shall not be named.
I mean,
Actually, there's 2. So on this side too, we still have Aernway.
oh, both of them are dumb. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
either of them.
2 of your favorites, Juggy. Yeah. So Sauron just advanced to the Fell Four to meet the winner of our next fight, Aernway. versus
Come on!
Megalith.
Let's go, Legolas! Come on, dude! Come on!
He needs
Let
an
us
arrow to
see.
the knee.
Yes, he needs an arrow.
Arrow to the knee.
Yep, arrow to the knee, knives to the throat. Let us see.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there.
All good, man. This is the last of the tournament. So,
I don't like Aonway.
well,
I don't like him, and I don't like his daddy.
I definitely don't like his daddy. I'm with you on that one.
And I don't like his little bright logo either.
Yeah.
I had to swallow a couple curse words right there.
Well, he. I tell you, I am a card-carrying member of the Fuck Monway Club.
Yeah.
So I didn't swallow that curse word. But Ernway, on the other hand, yeah, he's not my favorite, and he's so minimally involved, you can't really say he's a favorite, you know? But for his limited role, I mean, he's a pretty impressive dude, right? Again, though, no 1v1s that we know of, minimal data set. So it's like, well, what are we looking at with this guy? We're looking at, you know, a massive invasion by the gods that literally sinks continents under the water again.
I guess seeing him go toe to toe with Sauron might be more intriguing than the Legolas Sauron matchup, given what we've seen so far with Sauron. He's not going to give Legolas a chance, I don't think. But who knows, man?
Yeah.
I don't.
Crazier
At the same
things
time,
happened.
I was thinking earlier today. I was like, it was really early. I was driving to work and I was catching up on the episode from last night because I wasn't here. And I was thinking, I was like, man, it might be Legolas versus Beleg in the final. These two
that'd be
range,
wild.
because they just keep winning, and I'm like,
do.
I don't know, man. Like at this point, picking against them is like picking against Tom Brady or someone.
Yeah.
Also, well, never mind.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, Legolas. Yeah, you can't count him out anymore. He's earned that. But at the same time, he's going against one of the, perhaps the heaviest hitter in all of Arda, Eärnwë, right? I mean, it's either him or Sauron or Gothmog, R.I.P. I mean, it's one of them, right? One of these Maya who actually uses their power, so we can kind of chart what they can actually do if they were to totally invest in using their power. And it's gnarly, you know? So he does have that. But yeah, let's bring up the fight here and let's compare some stats. One sec. Eärnwë against Legolas. Wait for it. What is going on here? All right. All right, we got it up, finally. All right. Endlich. Finally. Here are the stats. Green line, Eärnwë. Blue line, Legolas. So I'm looking at the blue line, and right away there are a couple of advantages, but they're in accuracy, piercing, again with that bow, and elusiveness and agility, where the wood elves tend to stand out, the Sindarin elves. We had a little bit of a rabbit hole last night, Chucky, talking about really the differences between the Sindar and the Noldor. And we have two Sindar left, like we said, Beleg and Legolas. Although Legolas the wood elves are mixed, like Lyquindi Sindar, if you're being technical. But either way, these are elves that have never seen the light of the trees or studied amongst the Valar and the Maiar. So they're just not on the same level. Which maybe viewing it one way is a little scary because they still do plenty of damage, right? But they're just not on that same level as like the high Noldor elven kings of the First Age. Fingolfin, Feanor, Fingon, Turgon, Glorfindel. Who am I missing? Dudes like that. Finrod, Felagund. Those Noldor dudes. they're just harder to seed any lower than 5. Whereas the Sindar, they do have some disadvantages. They never used like the weapons that were hewn and forged in the forges of Valinor and brought across the sea, enchanted by God knows what magic, right? They just don't have any of that. So they result to different things, and you can see it on the chart here. It's things like elusiveness, agility, accuracy with bow, ambush attacks, sneak attacks, bow and arrow. It's those kind of attacks that they'll have to rely on.
This is interesting.
Yeah. Definitely seeing a very low spirit stat here. I think he's going to get mauled by magic pretty quickly.
Hard to do the math, but I think Anway, I assume it's pretty similar for all the 1 seeds, but it just like if you, I don't know. I'm thinking about like the median. It looks like Anway might have the highest median out of any character in the game in terms of the median of all their stats combined. Like what I mean is he doesn't have anything that's even close to low.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, his lowest thing is, I guess, his accuracy. He's not great from ranged.
But there's about 699 outliers that way balance that out.
Oh, yeah.
6 is an exaggeration, but you know what I mean? Like, that's how it seems anyway. There's 3 99s right there, a 94, a 90, a 90. So,
yeah. Quite possibly heaviest hitter in the game. Gothmog really, Sauron. No, not even Sauron. Sauron is second to Eowyn in total skill. That's not median, but if you just add up all these numbers, I think Gothmog is number 1. I think Eowyn is number 2, like just 1 or 2 points behind.
But total's not as telling as
exactly, because Gothmog had a more glaring weakness than Eowyn does.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying.
Yeah. It's more about that balance. So the median is whoever has the highest. I'll do it later, but yeah.
Like beyond well-rounded.
Yeah.
Heavy hitter, man. So
I'll do it with the final 4, and we can talk about it.
That'll be good. Yeah, that'll be cool. But yeah, Legolas, he's been scrappy with that bow.
Yeah,
and when he's been forced into awkward situations, he has enough balance in his skill set with those daggers, right, to switch to melee in a what am I trying to say? Like when he has to, when he's forced to, and he can still do a little bit of damage. So
of all that we just said about Eowyn, there's still 4 categories where Legolas has an advantage. So
exactly.
He just needs to do some gravity-defying elf stuff, and
it's parkour.
He'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. So cue the Dumb and Dumber quote, man. So you're telling me there's a chance? We shall see about that. Are we ready to battle?
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Fight 2 of the Elite or L8, depending on how you look at things.
Yeah.
This is Eowyn against Legolas for the second character to punch their ticket to the what are we calling it? The Fell Four.
Yeah,
I need to work on this.
Sorry, I threw you off.
Let us fight.
We need a bell.
A shot with a Galadrim bow misses. Eowyn comes back. Can't even engage the wily wood elf. Legolas fires again. Misses.
Come on!
And they're dancing off the bat. A hit! No damage. Eowyn comes back and can't engage that sneaky wood elf.
Come on! Let's
Miss
go!
by Legolas. A hit by Eowyn! How much damage? Heavily hewn! With the enchanted blades of Valinor. And Legolas, just like that, is on the ropes. But it is not
Through
over.
my headphones.
So, through 8 rounds, it's looking dicey. Can Legolas come back? He needs a shot to the glowing light under the hood, or the what'd you guys say before? Achilles' heel, perhaps. Here it is, a shot wound. Tink. Eowyn comes back. More damaging shots. Slain.
Dang.
Eowyn is in the fell 4.
Yeah, whatever. Sauron will roast him. Grab him by the throat and choke him and burn him at the same time, just like he did to Gilgalad's bitches.
Yes. So, here we have a pattern emerging. These double-digit seeds, the journey's been fun. It's been real, but they're running out of luck pretty quick here.
Reality is
these 1s and 2s are just gnarly outs. So, where are we at here? We have one side of our final 4 decided. It will be Eowyn advancing past Legolas, and it will be Sauron advancing past Ancalagon for the 1-to-1 chalk Eowyn versus Sauron showdown.
Okay.
Initial thoughts on that while I cue the next battle, fellas.
Definitely an epic fight. I mean,
Maiar versus Maiar.
Pretty much.
Maiar violence. So
Yes.
yeah, that's good, considering we had other Maiar that were killed by Ugluk and the like.
Yeah. Accurate.
or I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like it's gonna be a quick fight. Whoever gets the first couple of hits, because they both have been hitting really heavily.
Damn it! It might come down to that armor again. We were just talking about
Yes.
Eowyn's balance, and Sauron has that one weakness. Which, Patty, we were talking about it a couple streams ago, and I have to kind of agree with you. I think Sauron's armor is rated too low in this. I just don't agree with it, to be honest with you. But we can debate about that in the off season plenty.
Maybe we can search a little bit and
Yeah,
find
I
some
don't like it.
clues as to maybe how it should be rated.
Yeah.
What's the rating on it?
I don't have it up.
It's like 27, I
I'll
believe.
look it up.
I think it's 27.
Yeah, but you got to remember, it's only one of the defensive stats.
I don't care. It's too low.
And all these other ones are like 90'd out,
No, it was Gothmog's that was 27.
Okay, his
That's right.
armor
Yeah.
armor is 50.
Okay. What, so it was. Can you look at Gothmog real quick?
Yeah.
27 is in my head, and I don't mean to waste time on this, but yeah, 50, still too low.
Gothmog is 27.
Okay, I knew I had that number from somewhere. Okay, but
But
which is
like
also too low.
maybe his elusiveness is a little high. I don't know.
Sauron's.
But I can't really draw
Anyway,
any information right now.
We're getting into a rabbit hole. We'll talk about this. We'll have fun. Maybe some episodes in the off season or something, just talking about that stuff. But yeah, here we have Fingon versus Feanor. Hey,
Yeah, the last thing I'll add is it's interesting actually to think about with Maiar why they would even need armor. I mean, they can be wounded by blades. Gandalf versus Durin's Bane, for example. Some armor might have been handy to prevent that hewing slash that Gandalf dealt to that Maiar. Otherwise, I don't know of any reason really why Maiar would need armor. I mean, they're defended by other they're defended by other things, by magic, basically.
The whole story is because a Maiar gets his freaking ring finger cut off.
Yeah.
A finger. He gets his finger cut off. Like,
Yeah.
You're saying why not wear mithril gloves?
Well, and see, was that so? Narsi, that was a Numenorian debate. Some people think that was a dwarven forged blade.
Can Narsil cut through mithril? I wonder.
Yeah, so I don't know. It does take us into the weeds. You're right about that. It's an open debate. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is on Maiar needing high armor, but it's
also
I think
I
it's a
see what you
movie
mean, but
construct.
that would kind of be like saying that Gandalf doesn't need glam drain.
Yeah, exactly. So because
But he does, and he does in the book. It's not,
and it dealt damage, right? Glamdring, and it probably would have dealt damage to Saruman too.
And on another note, we could also look to parts of that text where they refer to the actual strongholds in Mordor and how they're created with magic, basically the essence of Sauron. I don't know if that can be extended to or inferred as the same as his armor. We'd have to look into it.
Yeah. Anyways, fun stuff.
It is an interesting topic though, man. Definitely some wiggle room on that. But here we have two elf lords that are not Maiar, but they studied as pupils of Maiar across the pond over there in Valinor. So they are Noldorian elves, the heaviest of the heavy hitters when it comes to the Eldar, right?
A Song of Fire and Ice, these logos look like.
They kind of do. Yeah.
It's a cool
and dude, you have... I don't know really what I can say in terms of Lordor for those that haven't read the Silmarillion other than, two pretty fearless. I mean, let's see where the Valor stats are. Yep, boom. They're both maxed out on Valor. These guys weren't running from nothing in the first stage.
They're neck and neck on most stats.
They really are.
Most stats, yeah.
They really are. So green line is Feanor, blue line Fingon. I know you guys panel probably gets sick of hearing me explain this, but I think the folks out there could use the reminder of what we're looking at here when we're looking at math problems, right? This is just a visual representation of who might have some advantages, right? In the Madden stats that then determine the battle flow with throughout the battle that you're going to see play out. So, the obvious ones here: piercing for Fingon. Is that right? Yeah. Piercing for Fingon outweighs piercing for Feanor.
By quite a bit. Yeah, he has the better range.
Because he those are from the scenes in the story where he was a horse archer, like you see in the logo, right? He was a very versatile character, wielding sword and bow. So
let's go.
Yeah,
I have hope.
And they're going to get to use their preferred weapons 83% of the time. So, 17% of the time.
The bow over the sword.
He is going to try to use melee with the blade of Mithrim. Feanor is going to try to hang back and use the beam of Laurelin from the Silmaril. So, that could backfire, dude. I don't like that call by Feanor, to be honest with you, because look at his range stats. So we're talking about accuracy 88, that's very good. Piercing 64, not elite.
And okay. Fingon has 82 armor for some reason.
Yeah, and Fingon has 82 armor, but you'd be looking at deflection.
He's a Noldor, so that makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, he's still an Elven King. He's got all those high-tech goodies from across the pond.
Yeah.
Deflection 71. Dude, the more I get into the math problems, the more I feel the upset here,
Let's
man.
Go.
What about you guys?
Yeah, obviously I won it.
I know you do.
Yeah. I mean, everything you just said. Yeah, I agree.
Patty, man, what say you?
I believe the range combat is going to be a big factor in determining the outcome of this.
Yes. Let's see how it plays out. We ready? Feanor against Fingon the Valiant. Let us fight. First attack to Feanor fails to penetrate. It does hit, though, with the beam of Lauraline. Fingon comes back with his blade of Mithril. Doesn't hit. Fingon doesn't hit. Sorry, Feanor. Oh, Fingon does hit!
Wow.
Slight smite. Edge to the Valiant One through 4 rounds. The upset is underway, but it is not yet complete. Can Feanor... Dude, that's the thing about these 1 seeds, though, as we've seen. He's always 1 hit away from finishing the dadgum thing.
Ooh.
True.
Can he do it now? Let us see. Miss! Giving the edge back, or the initiative back to Fingon. Miss. Feanor hits! No damage. Tink! Fingon, a hit, a wound!
Yes.
Very slight, but he's got the advantage through 8 rounds. Here comes Feanor with a wound. The beam of Lauraline pierces, but minimal damage. Whiff! And Feanor again. Misses.
Yeah.
Fingon hits! Wounds!
Oof.
A grievous wound, heavily hewed! Fingon is
Let's go.
about to pull the upset. Through 12
go.
rounds, a serious advantage for the Valiant One. He's still pissed about what Feanor did to his dad on the grinding ice and the ship burning at Loskar.
Let's
Does
go.
know?
He should be.
Yeah, dude. Crossing that grinding ice was not a party.
He's obsessed with the Silmaril.
Yeah.
It's not working.
It is not working. Dude, I thought that was weird. Bad call by him in the scouting report, right? He should be wielding his blade. Okay, chance for Fingon to finish this. Whiff! Feanor comes back and also misses. Back to Fingon. Miss. Back to Feanor. Engages but can't hit. Fingon misses. And they're dancing. And they're dancing. And they're dancing back and forth. Biding their time. Tink! Off the armor. Who shall deliver the next wounding blow? Back and forth they go through 25 rounds. And we are at a bit of a stalemate approaching the 30th round. A tink! Okay, Fingon hits but cannot wound. Feanor, much more cautiously hanging back, still trying to use the Silmaril. No damage through 30 rounds.
Ooh.
A hit and a wound!
Oh,
Slight
no.
smite to bring him down and
Use-
even the fight a little bit.
Use the bow.
Yeah.
Use the bow.
Fingon might want to hang back and use that bow. Let's see if he does. He's so close to finishing a fairly sizable upset here. Missed. Feanor attacks, hits, wounds, tink!
Ooh.
Not enough damage. Back and forth they go. Hit, wounds!
Oh
Slide, slide!
no!
And he's coming back. Feanor is deciding he is not done yet. He wants to go to the Fell Four. But can he? Miss. An attack and a hit! No damage.
No.
Fingon needs another shot here. He's gone cold. A hit! No damage. And Feanor regains the initiative. Can he charge in there for the hit? Or beam one with his Silmaril? Missed. Fingon comes back. Missed. Hit! No damage for Feanor. Here comes Fingon. Missed. Feanor wounds! Minor damage. 1.6. Fingon comes back. Misses. Feanor hits! Minimal damage with the beam
Oh
of
my
Mallory.
gosh.
That piercing value with that Silmaril, it's not enough against the Elven armor. Fingon has had all the chances to score one more hit, a finishing blow, and he cannot do it through almost 50 rounds. Back and forth they go. A hit, no damage, and we are at 50 rounds. Gentlemen, who do you like to finish this?
Let's go, Fingon.
Yeah, I'm rooting. It might be one hit either way. One hit wonder either way.
Yeah. Might see a 0.6 here.
Yes. Initiative to Fingon. Can he deliver any damage? He hasn't for about 25 rounds. A shot, a hit, no damage. Here comes Feanor. A hit, a wound! Only three.
Ooh, I was
Only
wrong.
3 with the beam of Lauraline.
Okay.
It feels to me now like Feanor is merely playing with his food. He could finish this, but why doesn't he? Initiative to Fingon. Misses.
He's dumb.
Feanor comes back. Hits, no damage. Fingon cannot engage. Engages but doesn't hit. Ah, same to Feanor. Fingon with the initiative. Misses. Feanor hits, wounds, slay! And Feanor advances to the Fell Four.
Started off so good.
Damn, that was a tangle right there.
Yeah, it was 56 rounds.
Woo. That was a good one. That was everything we wanted. So, man, Fingon, he just, look at this. Okay, hold on. He started so hot with a hit. Okay, so first hit actually went to, oh no, I'm sorry, it did go to Fingon. With the Blade of Mithrim, a slight smite, but for 32 damage. He scores one more, a heavily hewn, and then doesn't do crap for like 30 rounds.
Yeah, Feanor, I don't know, figured it out, I guess.
Yes.
Started dodging.
Boy.
Maybe he got weighed down by the armor.
Yeah,
He got too tired.
he's got stout armor. Maybe he outran his vanguard. And,
Well, he kept trying to chase him down. He couldn't catch him.
yeah. He is Fey, after all.
Needed that mount.
Needed that mount, yeah. Woo! Well, good one there. So, our third character of the evening advances to the Fell Four. We have but one battle left, and it is Ungoliant against Beleg Strongbow. Initial thoughts on this one, panel?
Beleg has been so fun to watch. I want him to win, but
Yeah.
Oleon has been a monster.
Yeah, she's man. She's such a difficult one to to seed, as we discussed. Not to repeat all that, but
Quantify.
exactly. Just a really tough one. What even is she? Right? We discussed that a little bit on last night's show. What even is she? My smart money's on Mayar, but we don't know.
Tom Bombadil.
Exactly. That's what we mentioned. Those are the two hardest ones to figure out in all the lore, right?
No, they're the same person.
Yes. The answer at last.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I go back to what I was saying about Legolas with these ranged folks having such, not an easy time, but having such success throughout the tournament. So far, I just don't see it. It's, again, I think that, if the Final Four consisted of 3 1s and a 9, that would be interesting.
I would.
I think it'll be 3 1s and a 3, and Ungoliant will stand a decent chance against Feanor, which will be pretty cool.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, if Beleg wins, he wins. I don't see it.
I think of all the archers we've had, he's performed the best.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, and I think he is the best of the overall. Maybe, yeah. That's a tough one. But he's a first stage Sindarin, Menegroth dwelling badass, basically. March Warden of Doriath. So he can do some damage. That being said, he's got a 9 next to his name because all the Noldor you have to think are more effective than him because of the aforementioned reasons, right? but look at the graph. I mean, he's got a chance here. Not just a chance, he's got like 5 advantages. Let's see. He's more agile, of course, because it's Ungoliant. Agility's not her thing, nor is elusiveness. He's definitely more accurate, and his dexterity and his accuracy are great. And his stamina, he's got elven stamina, and she is lazy. Right? So she doesn't have the stamina, she doesn't have the elusiveness, she doesn't have the
she's
agility.
fat.
Yep, she's fat. That's okay. She likes eating light, and when you eat a ton of light, man, it makes you big.
Oh, I thought you were saying like eating light. Like
eating light. No, she likes eating heavy light.
No.
She
Yeah.
likes heavy light. Heavy.
Mhm.
Yes, because she weaves shadows.
Ascending a Mountain of Heavy Light. It's a very good album.
Yes. So, but huge advantages for Ungoliant here in striking and armor, ferocity. So, yeah, she should be able to score hits if she engages. Now, engaging might be tricky against Beleg, but whenever she can engage him, whenever that bar at the top goes yellow, she should be able to wound. And when she wounds, she should be able to do damage because of the lack of defensive talent here with Beleg. Not only armor, but the other defensive stats. Let's see. Yeah, his deflection's only 55. Is she going to do ranged? Yeah, she's going to tend to do the Venomous Cloud. And he, of course, is wanting to do range as well. So they're going to try to hang back and not engage. Woo! I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling the Beleg upset. One more, and then he gets waxed in the next round. I'll go with it. Ungoliant, let's see. So her defensive talent against a piercing bow wound would be deflection. And at 73, you can see right here, her deflection is 73, which isn't bad. It's solid. She's got like that, carapace or whatever exoskeleton. That's decent, but not great. And Beleg's piercing is 80. So that's going to almost wash. That's actually not it. His piercing isn't as good as it would seem, having gotten this far, right? But his accuracy on top of that, 88, he just doesn't miss. So maybe he takes out one eye at the time, arrow by arrow, and gets himself an advantage.
More consistent chip damage.
Chip away type fight, you think?
I think so. He just has to not get hit, not get stepped on.
Yeah.
Or melted into an acid. Blech.
Yeah, exactly. Dissolved. So who did was it you that say, oh, she stepped on him?
Yes.
She stepped on Saruman, right? Last night?
She did.
Oh man, that was pretty funny actually. We were all going for her over Saruman because, I mean, really, who likes Saruman?
Yeah, she's hotter.
Yeah, she's kind of hot.
I guess.
She's kind of hot.
If you like poisonous fangs and
Yes.
very fat abdomens and
Yeah.
stingers.
Yeah. You like that junk in that trunk.
Drippy, wet stingers.
Oh, drippy wet stingers. Zeus.
Fail.
Just look at those. Just look at those bulbous green eyes.
Sure, all 8 of them.
All 8 of them. Yeah.
You might have to have some friends over.
Dude, yeah, exactly. You got all those legs to deal with.
Yeah,
and
not a
shadows
one-man job.
Not a one-man job. Exactly.
No matter how high your stamina is.
Exactly.
All
right. Well, on that note, last fight of the night, gentlemen. Should we do this?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let us fight for the last spot in the Fell Four. For the last fight in the Elden 8 We have Ungoliant against Beleg Strongbow. Let us fight.
Okay.
Miss right away by Beleg. He won't miss very often. A hit by Ungoliant, but it doesn't penetrate.
Venomous.
Beleg comes back. Another. He hits, as always, but doesn't penetrate.
Huh.
A miss. And a hit. Some damage. Tink! Get used to that, I think. He's going to have to chip away and get those eyes one by one and dodge the counterattacks. Dodge, Beleg. Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
He needs
Let's see if
friends.
he's listening. Is he listening? Let's see. With the dripping fangs, fails to engage. Excellently done, foul one. You dodged. He's listening to the broadcast. Let's see if he can engage here. A shot, a hit, no damage. She comes back, misses. Excellently done. He shoots. Still cannot penetrate. That's going to be the issue, right? Is doing enough damage to this beast.
Man, there's a lot of
again.
back and forth.
Yes.
At the end for one here.
He's very dodgy, the shifty Sindarin elf. A hit, a wound, tink!
Ah.
Minimal damage. Not even an eyeball yet. But he's working on it. Her venomous cloud keeps missing. This could be interesting. He misses. Those are rare. She comes back, also misses. He hits, a wound! Slight smite! One of the eyes is out. Gaping pus, and perhaps venom too, onto the battlefield. Now, through 17 rounds, the advantage goes to Beleg Strongbow. However, she could still step on him. And one fang is all you need with a beast like this, so he's got to keep dodging. That stamina's good. A hit! A wound! And she
let's go!
fight just like that.
How do you make a spider noise?
Another arrow. Hit, but no damage. Ungoliant comes back, misses. Beleg engages, cannot hit. Ungoliant with another wound. How much damage? Heavily huge.
Let's go!
And she now has the raging advantage.
Feanor, your bane approaches.
Your bane is coming for you, Feanor. Can you not hear all 8 steps? Beleg's not out of the fight yet, though, for you are never out of the fight.
Hit! A wound! Teek! Not enough damage there, man. You're going to have to aim for the eyes.
He's too foul.
Yes. Misses with the venomous cloud. Beleg, another chance. A hit! A wound! Not enough damage. Do you sense a theme? She comes
she's
back.
about to
Cannot
bite a
hit.
head off.
He shoots. He's forced to use the Spear of Doriath in melee, but cannot hit.
Ooh,
Neither can
that's
she.
not gonna go well.
Back and forth. A hit with the bow does no damage. She attacks. No damage. Another arrow hits. Cannot pierce the shell or the exoskeleton of the foul beast. Back and forth they go. Another one. Teek.
She doesn't care. She's eating arrows.
She doesn't care. Off with you, foul skeetos. Yes, but she cannot. Dude, her accuracy's terrible. He's very shifty. But it's not going to matter because she just does such huge damage when she does hit.
Yeah.
Back and forth they go. A hit, a wound. Not enough damage. It's not going to cut it, old Beleg.
Nope.
There's one! Another eye hits the floor.
Okay, so now she has 6 eyes.
Now she has 6 eyes. Is that enough? I don't think this is a good one, though, man. I can see it going either way.
Like,
at this
which
point.
2 are they? It's like bowling. Like, were they right next to each other? Does she have, like,
Yes.
the... You know what I mean? Like, her 2 middle ones are too far... I don't know.
Does she have a... Wait for it. Spare?
Here come bad bowling joke there, folks. So yeah, back and forth they go. We have a brawl on our hands. Can Beleg score one more death stroke with his bow? It does
No.
not seem likely,
No.
but it seems likely that she maybe could. Back and forth, miss. A hit by Ungoliant, no damage.
Engagement by Beleg. No hit. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. They're dancing. A hit! Another stroke.
Oh,
Only
wow.
3 damage.
It adds up.
And it is a 10-point advantage to Ungoliant in the 50th round.
Never underestimate damage over time.
Yes, pecking away. And the elven stamina becomes key at this phase.
yeah.
A hit! A wound by Beleg!
Yes, let's go! That's epic. That was
And Beleg advances to the Fell Four, claiming the last spot.
I
in an
jinxed it.
Upset win.
I jinxed it with the 9111 thing.
Dude, he got the death stroke in the end. That's freaking awesome. What a great fight.
All right, well, you better go beat Feanor because otherwise, why are you here? Like, literally.
I did want a low seed to get far. So I am
Yeah,
glad.
but not this one. I mean,
It just, I mean,
I don't hate Beleg. He's cool. It's
he's
cool.
fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
But like, okay, you know, there's always next year. I'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're a team Gothmog anyway in this, so
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
that's-
like I had a couple of my bros on the good side too. I'm not just all evil, you know.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Like I really like some of those dwarves that were in here, and some of the men as well. I just
Helm
really,
Hammerhand.
yeah, I am just not an elf. I don't like elves, any of them.
yep.
I'm an elfist, and I don't care. Yeah, they can all just sail away on their little ships and
Come sail away.
get the F out of here. Yeah. If I was Sauron, I would have taken that Black Fleet and I'm gonna do this. That's why I'm playing as Mordor in the Total War game. I'm gonna sail around, secretly build the Black Fleet very large, and then sail around like the south and the west and go surprise the Grey Havens and make sure that no elves ever escape and trap them in forever.
I kind of like that move. That's an interesting move. I love scenarios like that that you only really see or think about in the video games with good maps. You know?
Yeah. You're more zoomed out than even Sauron was in terms of like what you know and
Yeah.
what you know. So it's like now games like that, you can start off and like your map not be you still have to do the exploring or whatever, but you know which direction to go. You know, like if I'm sailing around, I know where I'm going because I know the map of Middle Earth. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But first I have to take Eastern Osgiliath and get it to hold a couple of some ports so that I can start building the Black Fleet because I'm early in the game.
Yeah, totally. So let me center this up, old school style, because this thing doesn't let me zoom in very well. Here we go. Maybe, kind of. Good enough. Let's zoom in one more. Oh man. Too much. This is amateur hour. Wait for it. Got to get it in the center. Come on, website. There we. Here's our final four, guys. Totally what you called, right? 3, 1.
Anway, Sauron, Feanor, Beleg. Okay. We're gonna have we're gonna have Sauron versus Feanor in an epic showdown. All my picks have been wrong, but that's what I'm picking.
Sauron against Feanor. Yeah, dude. That's that's good.
I have to go let my dog in. Hold on.
Yeah. What say you, Patty man?
I think Aeon Way and Feanor is going to end up the final fight.
Ooh, nice. Man, Beleg in the final four. That is pretty cool.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and the Sauron, dude. You can't say he wasn't challenged. He had a little trouble with Ancalagon tonight, But that's it. Honestly, he is cruised. He's like the Yukon, Connecticut, this year's Yukon team. They just kind of smooth sailed through the bracket right to the Final Four, right to the Fell Four in our case.
And then
Good stuff.
Eonway, I mean, he didn't have too hard of a time against the Witch King, did he?
No, not
I
at
mean,
all. Yeah,
I think that was his hardest fight.
I think maybe so. Well, what was this last one? I'm already forgetting.
Legolas.
Oh yeah, so Legolas tonight, but then before that, what was it?
Witch King.
Witch King before that. Thank you. Yeah, so quite possibly he's kind of smooth sailed through this bracket as well. Let's see. His path has been Eladon, no trouble with Eladon. Witch King, you're right. Then Legolas, and then here he is. His last one will be Sauron.
Yeah,
that's no gimme right there.
I think either way though, between Sauron and Eonway, either one of them is gonna take out Feanor.
So the left
I think
side.
Feanor struggled, and he didn't have the hardest matchups.
True. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember if Azaghal, I don't think Azaghal gave him much of a fight, but then Thranduil might have. Thranduil couldn't really hang with him either. But Fingon tonight, that was at least a fight. Hell, that was more than a fight. He was leading most of that.
Yeah. I think he's going to struggle.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
But maybe Beleg could pull out another win. I mean,
oh, dude, anything is possible once you're. Well, really, any game in this tournament, anything is possible. But certainly, once you've come this far, he's proven it. He's proven he can do damage with that bow.
So accurate. The chip jammage is effective.
Super accurate, and then hard to hit at the same time. So you hang back, you don't let the enemy engage you, and you fill them full of arrows.
And there's not
a good strategy.
Time. Yeah, there's not a lot of times he's been forced to use offhand weapon very much.
Yeah, also true. Yeah, and now he does kind of suck with that. It's the spirit of Doriath, and not his most effective thing. So he might have had a little luck on his side with the the randomization, how we do the randomization of the battlefield prior to the fight. The readout will say, battlefield conditions, and that can be anything, that all those fog of war type scenarios in any battle, right? The wind's blowing hard today and your aim isn't what it quite could be, right? It's foggy, it's rainy. There's hills in the battlefield. There's trees. Who knows? Basically, we shortcut all of that into one readout that basically says battlefield conditions favor, and it's randomized. So he might have gotten a little lucky in terms of the battlefield conditions along the way. I don't really remember. But hell of a run by Beleg, man.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right. We might have already lost Puka McGork.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else to add for the evening? How do you guys like our Fell Four? Is it fell enough for you?
It's very fell. I wish there was a little more variety, but
it might be too fell.
All right.
Yeah.
Chalk, as you say.
Chalk, it's a blessing and a curse, and in one way, it's kind of boring, right? It's the favorite, 3 of the 4 favorites.
Well, it's making me think of all kinds of different things we could do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, imagine a dwarf, like, you separate the regions by, like, make them, I mean, it would be redundant at first if we had, like, an all dwarf bracket, for instance, and an all elf region is what I meant. So that, like, it forces, like, a certain variety in the Final Four.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that would be cool.
A beasties region, and have all the beasties just go up against each other and let the best one come out of it.
But then, so you're guaranteed a BC, like, represented in the Final Four.
You're guaranteed, kind of like what they do in college sports in terms of a representative of, like, well, sometimes for the playoffs, how they try to make it for each conference and sometimes that's debatable, obviously, but whatever. This is all for fun, so
Yeah,
And
not a bad
that's
thought. Though.
yeah, that's the point. I mean, we can basically do it however we want, whichever way
run
we
it
want.
up.
Yeah,
Run it up. Yeah.
doesn't have to be the same every time we do it.
No, and it won't be for sure. I mean, there's going to be entire different characters in the field
Also
next year.
what she
And
said.
definitely probably some tweaks to some things
Yep.
as far as stats are concerned.
Yeah. So they're not going to play with quite the same stat. They're going to be similar, right? Because the characters aren't going to change completely, right? They're still the
Nope.
characters, and they're
We're
still
giving Sauron a mithril, or we're giving Gothmog a mithril coat, and that's
okay.
We're just gonna try to make them as representative of their character as possible.
Hey, question: how do we know in the lore that Gothmog did not have a mithril coat?
We
Durin's Bane very well could have. Dude, they were. What do you think they were mining down there in the depths when they woke up? Durin's Bane.
I was actually looking up a lot of lore on this because I wanted to argue with you about about Gothmog's armor, and so much of it is inconclusive. It's just
Of course,
vague,
we don't know.
and
Yeah.
there's so many different art depictions as well, and by the original illustrators, not fan art. But even the original illustrators, and forgive me, Alan Lee, but there's also the other guy,
John Howe.
and someone else as well. Anyways, for those guys, even their art differs in terms of the way they depict the Balrog, and even Alan Lee's depictions differ. So it just depends on what you're going with.
When you're working with a certain text and you only have a limited amount of description, you got to take some liberties as an artist to create an aesthetic that goes along with the world that they've created.
Yeah.
I was arguing with some people online about just kind of like being a troll, but also kind of not. I was also, whatever.
I mean,
it's what I do.
Hint of seriousness.
Yeah. But I was talking about how Tolkien is a much better poet than he is like a strategist, a battle strategist or whatever. And I made some comment about how he's better at describing a tree than he is describing a battle. And some guy got really butthurt about that. But honestly, I'm just talking about the fact that he's so good at those nature. Like, it wasn't a shot. It was more of like I'm wowed by the less exciting moments. The more I read of him, the less exciting moments can be very, very, very profound.
100%.
And it's just, well written. You can almost see him somewhere in England, like sitting in a tree and writing that stuff about a tree.
Yeah. Hey, man, it was pre-internet. They had to do something with their days.
Yeah, well, he did it well.
He did. Yeah, he did, for sure.
All right, well, speaking of hobbits and stuff, I'm going to go eat like fish and potatoes.
That sounds
Super
pretty
excited.
good. That
Does
sounds
sound good.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, panel, as always, for joining us. It's been a hell of a run. We have our Fell Four in place. Tomorrow night, we shall determine our championship matchup. So please, ladies and gentlemen, come back to the Chamber of Death again tomorrow night. What say you?
Yes.
I will take that silence for a yes.
I shall obey.
You
Indeed.
shall obey and comply. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for watching. As usual, do all the crap at the bottom of your screen there with the liking and the sharing and the socials and all that stuff. Why should you? Well, it helps us communicate to you. Obviously, this is all free. We're not making any money here, but the reason we like you to do all that is because we got more sweet shit to roll out to you in the future. And you won't know about it unless you like and follow and stay with us. So go do that. Go do that right now. It helps us.
Awesome.
Plus, we built a
Do it now.
kick-ass website for you guys and some kick-ass socials. They're all available. They're all free. So use them. But most of all, thanks for coming with us on the journey. It's been a fun first tournament. It's not over yet. Thanks for watching, everyone. And until the next battle, remember, as Professor Tolkien says, you can only come to the morning through the shadows. And where there is life, there is always hope. You are never out of the fight.